What would you do if you develop a crush for your uncle's wife who is your age mate and also likes you? Would you sleep with her? If you said yes, then you must watch this video. Farmer's Bride the movie tells the story of a pretty young girl, Funmi. Funmi lives in a town where it's believed that ladies should be married off and start a family. She's seated quietly in her room on her wedding day, looking all sad when her mom walks in on her. Where have you been? We've been searching everywhere for you. Your husband and his people are waiting for you outside. Then Funmi tells her mom, I don't want to do this, mom. I don't want to marry an old man. I want to go to school. Then her mom shouts back, ha! Is it because of that teacher Labake that you're saying this? No, I refuse that for you. I don't want you to be like her, lonely at 30, no husband, no children. See, you should be grateful that your father gave you 2 more years than the age you should have been given out, which makes it 4 years more than the age my own father gave me. You must marry this man, though. Your father has already collected the items, the land. Think about your brother. He's going to have an inheritance after your dad is gone. This wedding ceremony is just formalities. Everything has been accepted. Whoa, hurry up and come out. Your husband and his people are waiting outside. Disappointed and sad, Funmi braced herself and went out to meet her husband and his family. She's getting married to Odun, the most respected farmer in the town. He's loved and respected by all in the community, so there was a huge crowd at her house on her wedding day. That night, you didn't need to be told that Funmi detested her husband, but Odun was gentle, a very gentle and understanding man. The next morning, Funmi went to her kitchen only to find Morenike, Odun's sister-in-law, cooking some herbs and breakfast. Now, a little backstory before we move on. Morenike is the wife of Odun's late brother. It is rumored that she met and fell in love with Odun first, but her husband saw her and chose her. And since he was the older one, she was given to him, but she didn't love him. Unfortunately, when her own husband died, Odun was also married, so he couldn't inherit Morenike. But sincerely, those two were too close to comfort, especially after Odun's first wife died. Throughout the film, I kept asking myself, why didn't Odun the farmer marry Morenike, but went to marry Funmi, who was way younger? Because in the movie, you'd realize that he has very good chemistry with Morenike. And the poor girl Funmi didn't also like you. Anyways, I digress. So that morning, when Funmi met Morenike in her kitchen, she just didn't like the idea of it, especially after Morenike gave her herbal drink to help her get pregnant faster. I forgot to tell you that Morenike is also the village herbal doctor. The moment she gave her the drink, Funmi dropped it immediately she heard that it would make her pregnant. When Odun walked in, Funmi angrily stormed out of the kitchen, where Morenike started showering him with praise. Confused, Odun asked Morenike, what is wrong with this girl? But Morenike only laughed and went on to do her chores. Later on, Funmi walks into her living room and it was as though the entire community was in her house. She asked them, sorry, who are you all looking for? They all shouted, Odun, our favorite farmer. This is our regular ritual. Just then, Odun walked in and the kids shouted, Odun, please tell us a story. We could see that Funmi did not like all that crowd around her at all. She looked pissed and gave cheeky answers even when Odun asked her questions in front of everyone. One pretty lady, Banke, in the course of the chaos, drew closer to Funmi to introduce herself to her so that she can be her friend. Yet, Funmi left them and Odun took to entertaining his people with drumming and telling stories. He went into his bedroom later to see his sad, bitter Funmi. Immediately she saw him, she looked up and said, when I was forced to marry you, I thought I was marrying just a farmer. I didn't know I was marrying a Hubert Ogunde, the theatrical legend. People are always in this house. If it's not Morenike marking her territory with the smell of her herbs, it's the entire community in here, as if you are the town's gesture. This statement sincerely surprised me because you clearly don't love this man, but you're jealous that people are around him and love him. How now? We don't even know what Funmi wants. It's as though she's angry and bitter that everyone likes the one man that she hates so much. She tries so much to provoke Odun that day so he can beat her up. But Odun was a gentleman who swore never to lay his hands on any woman. Nothing he did made Funmi happy. It was as though her situation brought so much bitterness in her that she could no longer find a reason to smile. Odun even dyed his grey hair to black just so he could look younger for her. She was still not happy and looked very bitter. But in all of these, you could see Morenike always in the house. She seemed very close to Odun. Ah, you now understand why I was saying I don't understand why these two did not get married. Anyways, one day while they were getting ready for dinner with Morenike, Femi, Morenike's only son, came from Lagos to visit his mother, and as usual, she was not in her house but in Odun's house. So he came there. The moment Funmi saw him, she was struck. She felt connected. But what can she do about it? She had to hide her feelings. After all the pleasantries and dinner, Femi tells his mother and uncle that he wants to drop out of school. Apparently, he is the first to go to the university in their family. He's in his 200 level, but wants to drop out because he says he keeps failing. His mom cries, begs him, and even promises to give him retentive memory herbs. But still, he refused and was determined to stay back. He was determined to stay back and take over his late father's wood carving business. His mother was heartbroken, but Femi's mind was made up. Later that day, Banke went to see Femi in his shop. Turns out the two were dating. Remember Banke from the crowd of earlier? He buys her a camera from the city. Looks like Banke was the reason Femi decided not to go back to school again. Morenike, who noticed that Funmi did not like her, tried to have a good relationship with her. So she tried several times to have conversations with her, and clearly, the only thing they could talk about were her herbs. She showed her a number of herbs, including one particular concoction that could stop the heartbeat with just a drop. Poor Morenike thought she was only teaching Funmi out of her good conscience. She didn't know that this was the beginning of all their problems. Meanwhile, since Femi got back, there has been a silent tension between himself and Funmi. Femi was always playful. Eventually, he got Funmi to become friendly with him, so he invited her to his workshop. Now, while these two were talking at the workshop, she was getting to know him. The two kissed. Genge. Funmi ran out of the workshop so embarrassed about the kiss. Clearly, the two felt a deeper chemistry and connection. After some days with Femi avoiding Funmi, Funmi confronted Femi at his house about the kiss. Femi tells Funmi that this should never have happened and it's never going to happen. But Funmi goes ahead to express how the kiss has made her feel differently after that day, always imagining things and wanting more. Femi then kissed her and they agreed to meet at his workshop the next day at night. The next day, damn, these two couldn't wait to devour each other. The chemistry, the passionate sex was given. It was as though Femi was meant for Funmi, you know. They just kept going on and on and on. From that day, Femi and Funmi kept meeting each other at his workshop. Funmi started denying her husband Odun sex until one day she goes to Femi's workshop and finds out that he was having wild sex with Banke, his original girlfriend. Now Funmi is super pissed. Can you imagine? The married one is angry that the single man is with his girlfriend. This life, eh? Later, Funmi and some members of the community, together with Morenike, went to the river to perform a child paternity ritual. So there's a ritual in the town where if a child is born, the child is taken to the river for the gods to determine if the child belongs to the husband of the mother. If it does, the gods take the child and bring it back. If the child is not for the husband, the child does not return and the mother is burnt alive. Funmi, after witnessing this, is shocked. Then we see Banke screaming and shouting Femi's name. Femi! Femi! She's gotten a mail that she's been accepted by a modeling agency in Lagos. Now, I found that particular scene too convenient because Femi buys Banke a camera. Someone in the village. Anyways, even if Banke knows how to use it, how was she able to take pictures of herself? Because she said that she used the camera to take pictures and sent it to the agency. As out now, Lollywood. Because Femi didn't know about it, so he clearly didn't take the pictures for her. This is also a small town with almost no literate. Talk less of someone who can handle a camera. Well, just because I love the story, let me get back to it. After Banke tells Femi about the job offer, he was sad about it but decides to break up with her because he doesn't want to stop her big dreams. Again, what would an international model be doing with a village woodcarver? Banke is angry. She tries to find a way around it, but Femi is determined to break them up. She kisses Femi and storms off crying. Funmi, straight from the river, remember from earlier, after seeing that paternity rite, runs to Femi's workshop to tell him what she saw. She then finds out that Femi broke up with Banke. It was then Funmi breaks the news. She's pregnant for Femi. What? Pregnant as how? Funmi knew it was for Femi because she's been denying Odun her husband sex. Again, she knows that even if she pretends the baby is for Odun, there will be a paternity ritual that will prove she lied and she would be burnt alive. Jeez, what do they do? Femi is shivering and suggests that they elope from the community. Funmi asks him, with which money? How would they survive, especially with a baby coming? Then Funmi comes up with a brilliant idea. Her brilliant idea was, let's kill Odun. Huh? No, Femi could not even think twice about that. The man is a good man. He doesn't deserve to die. At this point, I was heartbreaking myself. After several back and forth, Funmi tells Femi that his mother has a concoction that will stop Odun's heartbeat with just a drop. Oh, Femi is broken. How can he do this to Odun, the man that took care of him after his father died? Even if he wanted to do this, he had to steal the concoction from his mother. The movie only gets interesting from here, trust me. The complete plot twist after this is one that you must find out for yourself. I'll do a part 2 of this video only if this video gets 30k views. Anyways, I'll rate this movie an 8 out of 10. The 8 is for such a great story, powerful storytelling, beautiful culture in this place, super mind-boggling moral lessons. After watching this film, I promise you, for at least 10 seconds after the end, you would freeze. This is the one movie I personally couldn't predict the end, even 1 hour into the film. Every plot twist takes you by surprise. Picture characters were just on point. I super loved Mercy Aigbe for bringing her A game because damn, I saw a different Mercy Aigbe watching this film. Have you seen Farmer's Bride? If you want a continuation of this movie, just type part 2 and I definitely continue after this one hits 30k views. What do you think about it? If you've seen it, and what is your rating of the film? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to watch other videos on this platform. Like I always say, we have amazing top 10 videos here on this channel that people are loving. Do check out that playlist and I absolutely trust that you'd love it too. Like, share, comment, and please subscribe to this channel. We are almost hitting 30k subscribers. Thanks so much in advance. The day still remains Mami Abnapukia. Don't forget to please watch other videos on this platform. And until next time, see you in the next. Screw.